Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Keith, and welcome to my review of the new film, The Lovers. This is the new film from director Azazel Jacobs, which stars multiple Academy Award nominee Deborah Winger, as well as Tracy Letts. In this movie, they play Mary and Michael, respectively, and they are a very unhappy couple. You see, they are so unhappy that they're at the point now that they're both cheating on each other. They're carrying on affairs, wouldn't you know? Mary with an actor, and Michael with a ballet instructor. By the end of the day, they barely have enough time to say how are you to their spouses when they come home after working late for the umpteenth time. They carry on these affairs and they promise their lovers that don't worry, I'll be leaving so and so soon. Now, wouldn't you know, partway through the movie, this inexplicable spark erupts and Mary and Michael decide they want to get their groove on with each other. So this hangs an interesting wedge into things because now their lovers are thinking, something's different about you. Why are you acting this way? You're still leaving so-and-so, aren't you? The movie's somewhat entertaining in the sense of the performances, for the most part, are pretty decent. However, my issue with this film is it probably left more questions than answers. Without giving too much away, one of the big questions that's not answered is, why are they cheating on each other? There are a couple of other questions that go unanswered as well, but I don't want to take anything away from this film. But one other thing is why did they end up with the lovers that they're with, in the sense of you look at how they're treating each other and it doesn't exactly scream romance. So I found this film to be somewhat uneven from that regard. Also, the last 15 minutes of the film, just completely nonsensical. The beginning of the film was very strong and it seemed to be building to something, but isn't that the ending was unsatisfying? There were just aspects of the ending without giving it away, and again, in the last 15-20 minutes of the film, that was a big head scratcher. Not only for me, but for the other people coming out of the film saying, what the heck? Anyways, I have to say, any movie that has Deborah Winger in it, you'd have to see, because in my opinion, she's Hollywood royalty. You have to go back and look at a documentary that came out several years ago called Searching for Deborah Winger. Not just necessarily a portrayal or a depiction of her life and the story of her life, but it really a story of women in Hollywood. At one point in time, Deborah Winger was at the top of her game, and then she decided to walk away. So she's very selective with the parts that she chooses. I think this was a decent part. I think this was a decent role. They always say that there aren't great roles for women of a certain age in Hollywood, and I think this role was good. And she elevated this film with her performance and just with her presence. But overall, there were aspects of the film that left it uneven in my eyes. I don't necessarily think this is a film you need to rent out to the theater and see. It's probably more of a film that you might want to catch when it's on Netflix. Decent effort by Azazel Jacobs, but he didn't hit this one out of the park. It's more like a double. At the end of the day, I give this movie a C+. If you have the chance to see The Lovers, I would love to know what you think. CFL_fan on Twitter, Facebook.com/WittyWhittier, and WittyWhittier.com. Thank you so much for checking this out. My name is Keith, and I'll see you at the movies.